we start? Toastmaster Norman.
Yes, we can start now.
Yes, please.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Calling meeting to order. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome to the 38th meeting of MECA KSA Toastmasters Club. Club number 07879933. Area 6, Division B, District 79. I am Anand Pillai, the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Before we begin, let me read out the mission of our Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. I request you all to repeat after me. For better listening,
Better listening. For better listening.
better speaking,
Better speaking.
better thinking,
Better thinking.
we learn by doing.
We learn by doing.
Thank you all. Now I request you all to silence your cell phones during the meeting. Since we are an online meeting, members other than role players, meeting leaders, and speakers are advised to mute their microphones during the meeting. You are urged to upload using emojis and through your videos. As a general rule, Toastmasters encourages all speakers and role players to speak on any topic except politics, religion, and sex. Let me now hand over the control of the meeting to the presiding officer, a great Toastmaster, confident speaker, and exemplary leader, our President, distinguished Toastmaster S.R. Sridhar.
Point of information, distinguished Toastmaster. He's not here, so I will be the presiding officer.
All right. So thank you for the information. So I would like to hand over the lecture to our distinguished Toastmaster, Dr. Sundar. Dr. Sundar.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Anand Pillai. Fellow Toastmasters from MECA KSA Toastmasters Club, MECA UAE Toastmasters Club, and MECA APAC Toastmasters Club. Distinguished leaders, our Area 6 Director from Division B District 79, Toastmaster Nanda Pakarat. Wishing you all a very warm good morning. And so we have joined here today on this auspicious occasion, in spite of all our schedules. I know that it's a weekend across KSA, UAE, and APAC, but still on a weekend morning, we have all gathered here to rejuvenate and recharge ourselves through the platform called Toastmasters, and kudos to one and all of you present here for that great thing. I hope that we are going to have a great meeting today. On behalf of the club president, distinguished Toastmaster S.R. Sridhar, I thank all the team leaders, from MECA KSA, MECA UAE, and MECA APAC for having come together to create this kind of a platform to conduct a joint meeting today. And it's more important that we all know each other, we interact and learn from each other. So this is the primary idea of this joint meeting, I believe so. And I hope and I am sure that we are going to achieve this humble target of ours. Without further ado, let me just move on to the meeting proceedings. Before we jump on to the education session of the meeting, it's my job to call on the word master to introduce the word of the day, because we believe that the word of the day is something that we learn during every meeting, and it has to be implemented from the word go. So the presiding officer usually introduces here during our MECA KSA meetings. So may I call upon our word master for today, Toastmaster Mati Hashmi, to introduce the word of the day. Toastmaster Mati Hashmi, the virtual lectern is yours.
Hello. Thank you. The word of the day is recharge, and the definition is to make a new attack to regain energy or spirit, to become charged again. The synonyms are freshen, recreate, refresh. I request you all to use the word of the day in your speeches, and both in prepared speeches and different topics. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mati, for introducing to us the word of the day. Let us all recharge in whatever way that we can. And today is the day when, today is an age, rather, I would call it, where we are all moving towards recharging our cell phones, recharging our laptops, and even recharging our cars. So why not recharge ourselves? Why not recharge our ideas? And why not recharge our thoughts and aspirations? So that's the primary idea of this whole meeting theme, Rejuvenate Today. To conduct the meeting and take it forward through the educational session, we have another enthusiastic Toastmaster. But before I call upon him, let me just check if he's around. Toastmaster Noman, could you please advise if Toastmaster Mudassar has joined us? Toastmaster Noman?
We'll just continue. I think Dusty will join a bit late. So I will just introduce them meeting leaders and then we can.
So shall I call you in his place?
Yeah.
Thank you. So to continue further with the education session of today's meeting, we have yes, I heard something from Toastmaster Nandu.
Sorry, nothing from my side.
So to continue further with today's proceedings, we have a very enthusiastic Toastmaster who is the current Vice President membership of MECA KSA Toastmasters Club. A person who is so diligent, whatever be the role that is being given to him, he's always ready to take it up and do it with eloquence. Let us put our hands together to welcome our Toastmaster for today, Toastmaster Muhammad Noman. Toastmaster Muhammad Noman.
Thank you, Presiding Officer, Distinguished Toastmaster, Dr. Sundar. So today our word of the day is recharge and our theme is rejuvenate. So we just try to recharge. I think we have a couple of weeks off from our Toastmasters meeting. So it's time to recharge ourselves and we just put our efforts and energy to continue for the new program year and just try to achieve as much as educational awards and just keep our MECA club as a global on the top and higher sides of the other Toastmaster clubs. Without further delay, I just try to first introduce the meeting leaders. Meeting leaders are the pillars on which the building of the Toastmasters meeting will be stand, and we can just proceed in the better and much more easier way. First, we will just introduce the meeting leader, then we just have some addresses from the Area 6 Director, Presiding Officer, and then we have a education session before the normal proceedings. So I will just try to first introduce our counter for today's meeting, Toastmaster Mati Hashmi. Would you like to introduce your role?
Thank you so much. The purpose of the R counter is to note any overused words or filler sounds which are used as a crutch during the speech. Words may be inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Sounds may be and. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mati Hashmi. Now I just would like to invite Toastmaster Sayyid Qazi to just describe his role as a timer.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muhammad Noman. Greetings, dear Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As timer, I will time the prepared speeches, table topic speakers, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. Those giving prepaid speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. Icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length, green card at 4 minutes, yellow card at 5 minutes, and red card at 6 minutes. Most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length, green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. Table topics speakers should limit their remarks between 1 to 2 minutes, green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. The individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes, green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. For all speeches, table topics, and evaluation, the speakers have 30 seconds to wrap up their presentation after the red card. Thank you very much, and back to you, Toastmaster Mr. Noman.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kazi. Now we just move to our Area 6 Director, Division B, District 79, Toastmaster Nandu Pakarat. So just say a few words. Toastmaster Nandu, the virtual stage is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, good morning to one and all. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity today. I would like to congratulate, first of all, I would like to congratulate our club president, DTM Sridhar, to become the district PQD this program year 2022-2023. Congratulations, sir. And I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate our club member, DTM Dr. Sundar Ramalingam, to achieve achieve the Sathak champion as a humorous champion, table topic champion, and evaluation champion. Congratulations, DTM Sundar. And he also achieved this second runner-up in international speech contest. Congratulations. And it's a pride moment for us, not only for the MECA, not only for Area 6, Division B, and the District 79. Thank you. Now, when we are going to conclude the program year 2021-2022, we are just 2 members away to be President Distinguished Club. I hope within this couple of days, the MECA Toastmaster Club will achieve President Distinguished Club. And it is very, I would like to say this is a new club, even the new club, they are going to achieve the President Distinguished Club in this year. That is a very great, with your all your support, I think the Area 6 also will achieve more and more in this program year. Now I would like to remind you that we have to conduct the club election for the next year, and we need to update all into the TMI before end of June 2022. So request all of you to take a lead for that and conduct the election before and update into the TMI to earn the 1 DCP point. Once again, congratulations to all of you to conduct this international level, the meeting. And great to see the great leaders attending this meeting. Thank you very much, and all the very best to MECA Toastmasters Club, and over to you, Toastmaster Noman.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nandu, Area 6 Director. Hopefully, we will just get 2 more members and get the Presidential Award in the coming week. Now, I would like to call DTM, Distinguished Toastmaster SR Sridhar, MECA KSA President, to say a few words. Yes, Distinguished Toastmaster SR Sridhar.
Thank you. Thank you, Mohammed Noman, for inviting me. I've just reached home and I wanted to attend this meeting. And first of all, I am really thankful to all our members and our Area 6 Director Nandu for his generous words. It would not have happened if it was without the support and best well wishes and wishes of all of members, whatever we have achieved is only because the support and prayers and the wishes of all the members. I'm so happy that today we have quite a good gathering of the MECA clubs. And let us meet once in a month or once in a few days so that, we build more synergy amongst our clubs and invigorate and inspire the members, more members to join our club and achieve that goals of being a great speaker and a leader. I wouldn't like to take much of your time. I just hand over the virtual podium to Mohammed Noman, our Vice President Membership.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sridhar. Now, I would just like to call MECA UAE President, distinguished Toastmaster Prabhakar. Distinguished Toastmaster Prabhakar, virtual stage is yours. Can you just say a few words?
Yeah, thank you, Mohammed Noman. Good morning to all the members of various MECA clubs. The purpose of promoting MECA clubs by the founder of MECA, CF Academy, Salim Sufi, was to provide a platform for all aspiring financial professionals to become CFO. For that, you need communication and leadership skills. What is essential is the private leadership, personal leadership, public leadership, and strategic skills. I'm sure this is a platform wherein you will get that opportunity to improve your skills. So let us make use of this. Let us collaborate with each other. As our DTM Sridhar said, we can have a lot of synergies if we meet jointly. Now we can see the attendance. We have a very good attendance. Had you done a individual meeting of the individual clubs, you may not see that much audience. So we have not to encourage and inspire the members. We need to have this type of meetings often. So with this few words, I wish everyone that we make use of this platform to our best of abilities. Let's keep meeting like this. Let's inspire each other. Let's collaborate. Let's recharge our batteries. Especially new clubs like us, the batteries get exhausted very well. Very early. So we need to recharge often. So these type of meetings give us spark, give us inspiration. So I do love such type of meetings. Thank you. And over to Toastmaster Mohammed Noman.
Toastmaster Prabhakar. Yeah, it's a good idea. We will just continue this practice once a quarter or every 2 months, inshallah, as per our schedules. So we would like to hear a few words from MECA APAC President. I think he's not here. So if any member from MECA APAC is here, we want to add a few words. Anyone is from MECA APAC here?
I think he's not there.
Okay, we will just
Mohammed, grammarian Toastmaster Hassan is not there today, but in his place, Toastmaster Dinesh from MECA UAE will take up the role of grammarian, just for information.
Let's not call for that role. No problem, but he will just continue the role and present the report at the end of the meeting.
Okay.
Okay, now it's time to key address note for today's meeting. I just would like to invite our keynote speaker for today's, who I can introduce. He's a man of, you can just role model a lot of Toastmasters in District 79, and not only the KSA region, other also. He's a STARK 2022 championship for her humorous table topic evaluation. He's a second runner-up for international speech. I would like to invite Dr. Sundar for his key address and to just share some views and words with us. Oh, his Toastmastering leadership and anyone that can lead us and motivate us to go in a long run, and just follow in the footsteps. Dr. Sundar, virtual platform is yours.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Noman, for that generous introduction. Before I start, I would request the timer to highlight me whenever it is. Like, you can show me the green card when it is 8 minutes, because I've been given a time of 10 minutes. Show me the green at 8, the yellow at 9, and the red at 10, so that I'm able to know where I am standing. Good morning, everyone, once again. Last week around the same time, I was preparing for my evaluation and international speech contest finals for the District 79 contests. That was the SATAC 2022, Saudi Arabian Toastmasters Annual Conference. Once the results were announced, it was all a moment of joy, and we were all feeling very happy for that. And that's when Toastmaster Noman and our President, Distinguished Toastmaster Sridhar, they just asked me, like, say, why don't you share a few of your thoughts during our joint meeting? And I said, like, I'll be very happy, because I'm a member of MECA KSA Club, and I would always be happy to share whatever that I have learned through my journey as a Toastmasters. And for many people who are asking me, like, how do you feel after you have achieved all those 3 championships? Like, you are the humorous champion, you are the evaluation champion, and you are the table topics champion. I told them that the journey to the top was more of a learning than more of an achievement. It all started in 2017. So since 2014 or 2015, I've been coaxed and convinced by several members, senior members, to join one of the Toastmasters club. Distinguished Toastmaster Sridhar, he happens to be my mentor in Toastmasters. And he has been trying to pull me into Toastmasters for several days, but it all happened one fine day in 2017. But the moment I landed in here, the moment I joined a club called Taj Toastmasters Club, which is also another sister club of Area 6. And the moment I joined here, I realized that this is a place which has multiple benefits. In Toastmasters, we always have the tagline that says, where leaders are made. I never realized whether I had the leader in me. Being a medical professional, being a teacher in the university, teaching medical students, so I have had my share of leadership experiences and speaking experiences. But joining Toastmasters redefined the things, what we call as rejuvenate and recharge. So that was exactly what Toastmasters did to me as a profession. Many people were always telling me, like, this platform, is it really helpful to you? You are a medical professional. You don't do any kind of sales or marketing. You're not kind of a finance guy. You're not kind of a C-suite officer or something like that. But believe me, Toastmasters has something in store for everybody. Worst case scenario, even if you don't, this is what I tell the others, worst case scenario, even if you don't see anything that can improve your career track or improve your professional track, you can at least use it as a hobby, a constructive hobby rather. But now the point is, like, when we call where leaders are made, does communication really help and impact our leadership goals? So this is something that we all need to introspect. How frequently do we use communication as a tool to gain our leadership experience or to gain our leadership goals? In this regard, and I would like to quote 2 phrases and 2 quotes rather, which I used during the contest last week. In fact, I have a practice of using quotes in almost all of my speeches. I try to read and learn about a lot of quotes, and those quotes that really impacted me, I am trying to use them. So one of these quotes was from a famous professor from MIT. He is actually a professor who is no more, by the way, Professor Patrick Winston. And he teaches communication skills for the wannabe leaders in MIT. And he said something, to be a great leader, you need to communicate. And for you to be a great communicator, there are 3 important things: the ability to write, the ability to speak, and the quality of your ideas. The ability to write, the ability to speak, and the quality of your ideas. And he went on to say that it's not just these 3 ideas, but it should be in the same order. So this is what Toastmasters encourages us. Every time you take up a speech project, every time you take up a project in Pathways, you write your speech and then you speak it over and over. You practice it and then you speak it in front of an audience. Then your evaluator gives you a feedback. And if you feel that you're not happy with what you performed or how you performed, then you go on and redo it again. And in terms of writing and speaking, you improvise your quality of ideas. That is something we always tell our students, you always have to write. When you write, it's equivalent to reading 10 times, because there is something called as a muscle memory. Same way, when you train your brain to write good quality thoughts, when you're able to speak them to convey to your audience, your ideas improvise, because your brain is like a muscle which gets trained and you are able to improvise upon yourself. Ultimately, that's what we are trying day in and day out. Like, we are trying to rejuvenate ourselves and see a better version of ourselves every day. So I should have been better than what I was yesterday, and tomorrow I should be better than what I am today. So these three things are key to that: writing, speaking, and quality of ideas. And Toastmasters encourages that one. Another quote that I also, very fond quote of mine, I also used it during my contest, was from Patricia Fripp. For those of you who may not know, Patricia Fripp is actually a leadership trainer. She has done several workshops in Toastmasters international conferences. She said something called, words convey your intellect, but gestures, sound, and movement convey your feelings. So how important is it to convey your feelings as a leader? I know that I'm discussing today with a crop of would-be CFOs, CEOs. I think MECA CFO Academy is all about that, right? And from what I heard from distinguished Toastmaster leader, it's no more a CFO, it actually caters to those who are aspiring to reach the C-suite positions. So how important is it for us to convey our feelings? It is very important for a leader to convey his feelings to his team. That then only it shows the way and goes the way all through. So that is where the ability to convey your feelings, not just by words, but by your gestures, sound, and movements, comes into play. And the Toastmasters again teaches and inculcates the ideas about body language, gesture, and voice modulation, and whatever we say, whatever we speak, whatever message that we convey upon. So not just simply talking with words, just like that, blabbering without any intonations or without any body language or without any gestures. So many times people tend to ask, as leaders, do we do all this much of body language, or do we do this much of vocal variety in our speeches? Of course, sometimes in Toastmasters, it might be a little bit of an exaggeration. So that is required then and there, just for the sake of an entertainment, if you would like to take it as. But if you are talking really about conveying your emotions and feelings as a leader to your entire team and making sure that you are able to drive them through with whatever goals and dreams that you are having, definitely you need to improve. And it is in these two areas: your writing, speaking, and quality of ideas, and your ability to convey emotions, not just by words, but also by your gestures, sound, and movements, that Toastmasters help you realize your true leadership potential in you and are able to achieve that particular goal. So my dear fellow Toastmasters, realize that you are in a great platform. You are all finance professionals, so you all know about a phrase called the return of investment. So for what you invest, what you take back is more important. So here in Toastmasters, if you calculate this return of investment, you probably pay just 2 riyals. I calculated in Saudi riyals, 2 riyals per day, which is even less than what you pay for a coffee from a normal tea or coffee shop. But the investment return that you get for that 2 riyals that you invest every day is worth a lifetime. I have realized it. I know that I am a medical professional, as I told you before. I do not need to go and speak in front of people like a marketing or a sales guy, but still it has impacted in a profound way how I communicate with my students. It has taught me how I can negotiate as a leader with that small group that I am dealing with. It has taught me how I can be empathetic by my way of communication, not just through words, but also through feelings, to my patients and anybody who comes to receive care from me. So if you apply that in your life too, I'm sure that you will also reap the same benefits and fruits. But one thing, it's not just about the 2 riyals, it's also about the commitment that you actually sign up for. When you sign up for commitment and dedication, obviously you'll reap the returns. And this we have realized time and again all through our life. And that is what defines our journey of success. So friends, make this platform, make use of this platform rather, to its fullest benefit. And it's just going to be 2 hours in a week. And I say 2 riyals per day, 2 hours per week. And this commitment, if you are able to sign up for and be signed up for through a dedicated and sincere manner, you will also see yourself as a great leader someday. And Toastmasters also offers you the other options, like if you want to be an entertaining speaker, humorous speaker, and all of those things also could be experimented out. As I told you, always keep it also as a hobby or a passion that you can also develop. On the whole, this is something that is being offered to you on a silver platter, and I have definitely been happy to have realized the great benefits of this one. And I hope, and I will be always happy to share this with you and help you all reach out to the same levels. Thank you, and thanks for this opportunity. And over to Toastmaster Mohammed Nawak.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Sundar, for your words of wisdom. Really, it's motivate us, and the return of investment and our motivation and dedication will just move you in other part. We are happy that we have a mentor like you, and it's better for us. We just rank on the, you can just 70 to 80%, but you are at this level, we can just go. It's more than enough for us. Thank you for your words. So we just now move to the first session of the Toastmasters meeting, that is the prepared speeches. In this session, normally the Toastmasters just let their speech from their pathway and they speak on the topic, and we have an evaluator to evaluate them. We have a couple of speeches. Kindly note the time for this meeting is 5 to 7 minutes. No, we don't have the first speaker. Toastmaster Usman is still not with us, so we can just move to our next speaker, that is Toastmasters Anand. In order to evaluate Toastmaster Anand, I just like to invite first the evaluator for Toastmasters Anand, that is Toastmasters Nandu. Toastmaster Nandu, can you please just describe a brief project and the evaluation of your speaker?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Norman. My speaker is going to do Pathway Persuasive Influence Level 3 Project 1. The purpose of his speech is the project for the member to develop or enhance his or her understanding of the steps and strategies to address conflict. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspects of his or her experience learning about and resolving conflict. Speech title: How to Manage Conflict. Speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. All the very best, Toastmaster Anand. Thank you. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nandu. Now I would like to invite our first speaker for today, Toastmasters Anand. Toastmaster Anand, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Norman. Can you spotlight the timer, please? I think he's spotlighted already.
Yeah, it will be done.
Thank you. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, a pleasant good morning to all of you. Two of my friends are walking in a garden and see an animal. One of them said, "It's a horse." Another one said, "No, it's a donkey." So the conflict arises. And they started debating on the animal with a lot of things. See its height, see its speed, how its tail it is looking. So a lot of features, a lot of debates was going on, but no one was ready to give up. And by chance, my third friend who just passed by, and he sees that these two people are just fighting for an animal, just to prove their words, whether it is a donkey or whether it is a horse. And he take his time, and he had these two friends with him, and he tried to convince them, or on a debate, they all agreed that this is a zebra. This is neither a donkey or a horse, it's a zebra. But given the fact that it can be for a reason, maybe he's a vested interest guy, he wanted to prove that it is a zebra. Maybe it is an elephant. You don't know. So this is a real case scenario, I mean, that we find mostly across many conflict scenarios. Now, you can be in a multiple scenarios. In a scenario of a conflict, we can find ourselves in two places. Either we are a participant of the conflict, we are subject to it, or we are a mediator, right? So we will explain a bit in these two cases in a while. Before we jump into that, let's see what are the causes of conflicts. We know one of the largest or one of the major conflict happening in this world right now, right? It is between Russia and Ukraine. So they have a lot of reasons for this conflict. But our topic is not nations-wide. Our topic is only when we are part of the conflict, how we can manage it. What are the conflicts? What are the causes of conflicts? Let's see. Beliefs, understandings, knowledge bases that each person has, their perspective of the world, how they understand, how they take things. So always we always hear a statement saying that put someone on others' shoes or get into someone else's shoes to see their views, right? So the differences in opinions, differences in knowledge base, differences in beliefs and whatnot, you can count at least 100 reasons for a conflict. Conflicts are basically inevitable. Some of the biggest revolutions or thoughts even would have born out of conflicts. But when it is resolved, it will bring to a great ideas. Now let's say how we can resolve these conflicts. There are techniques and strategies that we can deploy that will basically try to resolve a conflict or to find a solution for a conflict. Let's see, as I said earlier, we are putting ourselves on the shoes of the other party to see his views. Why he is thinking like that, or why he or she is thinking in this way. Why my view is different, especially when you are a participant of the conflict. You have to see yourself in others' shoes and then try to understand if you have genuine interest in resolving this conflict. If you have a purpose that you want to prove yourself that you are right, then this will rarely happen. This is one of the ways. Another way is to basically gain more ideas, gain more references, and then try to basically figure out what are the differences of opinions. Basically, try to give a solution. Another way that we can try to mitigate a conflict is that acquiring knowledge bases. And then let's say you are a mediator. When you are in the shoes of a mediator, what you can do, you will try to understand the differences of opinions from these two or three or whatever it is. We are talking about opinions and conflicts. So basically, you will try to get the details. You will give them a space. We need to give them a space for brainstorming. Sometimes without even your intervention, without even you are saying something, the conflicts or differences of opinion will get resolved, but only given a chance for a healthy speaking environment. Definitely, this can be done. Now, conflicts are inevitable, but it's one of the famous quote that I have recently read in an article. It's a quote saying that conflicts are inevitable, but combat is optional. So, if you have a genuine interest in resolving a conflict, it is possible. Just wanted to conclude by saying a simple example from my side. When I joined this company, there was a budgeting model which I was not at all happy, which was traditionally built up model. Then I basically scratched it and I put a new model which my financial controller was not at all happy. But I had the CFO, I already buying the CFO for this. There was a big fight was going on with this model and the controller was not at all happy. But we had a brainstorming session. The CFO had an opportunity. He could have said that this is my decision. I am convinced with this. I don't want you to convince. But this will always remains in their heart. But rather than we had arranged a brainstorming session. We discussed two models. One by one, we took up the pros and cons, and finally, we could convince the financial controller saying that this is the best model right now that we can use it. I was at the middle of this because I was a participant in this. And then it was basically solved. There are hundreds and hundreds of situations that we will come across this. Toastmasters, just remember in the mind that conflicts are inevitable, but combat is optional. So let us resolve the conflicts. Over to you, Toastmasters of the day.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster, for your speech. Now, our next speaker, before introducing our next speaker, I would like to invite evaluator for our next speaker, distinguished Toastmaster Prabhakar. Can you just provide the objectives and purpose of your speaker?
Yeah. Good morning, Mohammed. Good morning to members. My target speaker, Toastmaster Asim, is attempting his first speech. The objective of the speech is to just introduce himself to the club. He can talk about himself, his family, his career, whatever he thinks, whatever he feels comfortable at. The objective of the speech is to understand the structure of a public speech. Best wishes to my target speaker, Toastmaster Asim.
Okay. Hi, everybody, MECA Toastmaster Club leaders, my fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. Self-awareness is a vast terrain which, with known areas, with some of the impenetrable areas and untouched regions. For different people, the concept of self is indefinable, maybe, inflexible, and inconsistent. However, research has shown that once we know ourselves, we are in a position of self-confidence, and we get more creative. This results in making us taking more broad and brave decisions, building stronger relationships, and communicating better. And also this results in our successes in various avenues of our life. So as Numan has mentioned, I'm Asim, and in the next 5 minutes, I will take you all through my journey of self-awareness. I was born in a middle-class family. Life was very comfortable. I was living in a decent house. I was going to a very good school. Used to travel with my family, with my parents, a couple of times a year. The issue was being an only child in the house. I was everyone was overprotective around me. Due to this overprotection from my parents, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, I was not able to learn the confidence that I wanted to have. So yeah, I was very doubtful of myself. By the time I reached to the high school, this has started to affect my emotions, my thoughts, and my behavior overall. So I become introvert. My social network remained small. I became highly afraid of the failure, and then I was always looking for external validations. To overcome my situation, I started to work very hard in my studies and all the other things that I do. But instead of improving the situation, I became more miserable. So I wanted to change my circumstances and my situation. And then it gave, and I introspected over my situation. That gave me the realization that I will never be able to succeed until I experience failure. So I should not be afraid of trying. I will never be able to identify my capabilities unless I go beyond my comfort zone. I cannot create a success with my old beliefs. I will not be able to create new results out of my old beliefs. And if I cannot respect myself, nobody will respect me. All of this, with this introspection and the learnings I got from my own review of my situation, I changed my strategy. I changed my approach. I started to fake my confidence and my self-awareness. That has led me to be part of school chorus, where I started to participate in assemblies, inter-school competitions. I also became a Boy Scout and represented my school at international level. Also, a good thing that happened is I was invited for a TV show that's called Sare Dost Hamare in an year's time, which means everyone is our friend. So this story was my first introduction and experience of the self-awareness. I continued on this journey. In the last many years, I had several mentors, and I still do have some of them. One of the lessons that I value the most is the concept of self and identity. What is identity? Identity is the strongest force in human personality. It needed to stay consistent with whatever you define yourself. So identity plays a definite factor in how we engage and live and take decisions. It controls our behavior. It sets up our social expectations. To upgrade our identity, we must change our physiology, focus, and language. And that is with a compelling goal of our life. So having a clear goal, vision is a must. It takes, it is the basis of our relationships, our future concepts, our spirituality, and everything else in the life. I'm on a journey to determine what is my unique identity, what is my core, and what will be my new identity. Working on my identity and purpose gave me realization that I needed to sort out the emotions and limitation that I have, that I put on myself because of the situation, because of my shortcomings, maybe. So what was missing was the strategic planning. I was not going with a plan, a product plan. All was it was a wish list or a desire or an intention. What I needed is to have an action plan with more structure and more accountability. With the help of my mentors, I was able to create a plan, a structure, goal, purpose, and accountability that helped me with an action plan. I become to function as an enabler beside my various leadership positions. As an example, one of the things they started to do is act as a cultural ambassador in my organization. As a cultural ambassador, I advocated valuing people, inclusion, diversity, focusing on stakeholders, promoting innovation, and collaboration and partnership. Yeah. So I had many more learnings and successes throughout this journey. If I summarize this in a few lines, I will say that the purpose of life is not to be happy only. It is to be useful, is to be honorable, is to be compensate towards others, to have it make some difference, and then you can say that you lived a life and lived it well. So my life has a purpose, my story is important, and in fact, I'm the hero of my story. So my dreams count, my life matters, and I was born to make an impact. But without my core character properly aligned with the God's purpose, I will miss the meaning and purpose of life. Thank you for listening. Over to you, Toastmaster Noman.
We all know Susan Singh. We welcome you to MECA KSA Toastmaster, and we just love to learn new and new speeches from you in the coming meetings. Now we will just move to our third speaker for today. For our next speaker, the evaluator for the next speaker is Distinguished Toastmaster Murli Munahar. I would like to invite Distinguished Toastmaster Murli to just share the objective and purpose of his speaker.
Very good morning to all of you. Our next speaker is Distinguished Toastmaster Brahmakumar Balakrishnan from Singapore. And he is going to be speaking on building a social media presence. The speech objective is the purpose of this project is for the member to apply his understanding of social media to enhance and establish our new social media presence. The purpose of this speech is for the member to share some aspect of his experience establishing or enhancing a social media presence. The time limit is 5 to 7 minutes, and the speech title is Motivating Thoughts. Motivating Thoughts, Distinguished Toastmaster Brahmakumar Balakrishnan. Over to you.
Fellow Toastmasters, can you hear me and can you see me?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, how many of you over here have a social media presence? In the sense that you have a Facebook account or a YouTube account or a Twitter account. You can put in the chat. Dale Carnegie once said that most of the things that are thought impossible and were achieved by people who went beyond the circumstances and the obstacles that were posed before them. As all of us know, when the COVID-19 started and became very widespread across nations, across different continents, what we were heard, everything that we heard was something sad or something bad. We were actually going through a great depression, a mental depression, because everywhere we seemed to be losing hope. And it was that time that I also got connected to different countries across the globe through my WhatsApp and my Telegram. And one day I was speaking to a lady from India and saying, what can we do as Toastmasters to combat this? And that is how we came with this thing called Motivating Thoughts. It was a YouTube channel that was created by Toastmasters for those who are Toastmasters and non-Toastmasters. Our intention was to make people feel positive, energized, and have the strength and willpower to continue with life despite the many obstacles they face personally or physically or emotionally. And that's how we started. I requested for many Toastmasters to contribute their videos. We started on 7th May 2021, and today it has been more than 1 year. It was with the intention to combat the effects of COVID-19, as I said. We requested for contributions from the young, the old, and the bold, because not every Toastmaster is ready to come on camera and give their viewpoint. But that it became a challenge for some of them, because when they came on camera, they realized two things. Number one, it can be a nightmare seeing yourself making all the mistakes. Number two, if you can overcome this, you will become a great speaker, because you will have the confidence to speak in a way that others can find you convincing. Now, having just a YouTube channel is not enough. You need to spread your wings. So we started a YouTube channel, also called Motivating Thoughts, and we have 170 members. Daily, there are people posting messages. Every day since we started, there is someone posting messages. You can see some of these messages here. And daily, there are two individuals. One is this person who also now posts in my Facebook, also called Motivating Thoughts. Saturday, there's scintillating Saturday message. And you would have seen another one. This is Daily Yogurt by another Toastmaster. She also posts daily messages in the WhatsApp group and the Facebook group. For the Facebook group, we have 291 followers and 283 people who liked it. Every day we have messages, and I have received feedback from many people saying that we can take some of these quotations, some of these ideas, some of these positive thoughts, and incorporate it into our Toastmaster speech. One of them actually said that he has so many ideas now to craft and draft his speech. And then I went on a public speaking video challenge. I came across a professor in the Philippines from Davao Toastmasters Club of the Philippines. He was doing a 30-day video challenge. So I asked him, what is it required? He said, every day you need to post a video and it has to be something that is motivational. I grabbed the opportunity, although it took a while to get myself ready, but I kept on doing it every day. From 30 days, it mushroomed to 90 days. Some days I was really tired from work. Some days my children were harassing me. How did I manage to overcome all this? Either I do it at the early morning or late at night after all the children have gone to sleep. And at the end of it, I received this certificate for completing 90 days of public speaking video challenge. My YouTube channel as of today has over 185 videos, 13.5 viewers, 180 subscribers and growing. I realized that it was not enough. So when I visit clubs overseas, I share with them my YouTube channel page and ask them to subscribe. Many have watched it, liked it, and some give me feedback. Why did you do something else? Why did you talk about Toastmasters? Some of us do not know how to be the grammarian. Some of us do not know how to be the language evaluator. Some of us do not know how to do table topic evaluation, and so on. Based on that feedback, I produce further videos. What did I learn as a result of this exercise of giving and creating a social media presence? I became agile. The ability to be very flexible, to be nimble, to craft a speech in a short time. Like yesterday, I was given the opportunity and today I'm presenting it. That confidence came into me, becoming bold, to go where others have not gone and speak, being ready to put myself at the chopping block. And sometimes even to be a guinea pig. It's okay to make a mistake because we are here in Toastmasters to learn. And confident. When you hear good news from others and people say you've done a good job, that made me more confident. When I have more subscribers, I'm confident. When I hear from people that they too want to do a video, I am even more confident. What touched me most was when one of the Toastmasters said, you have inspired me to do a 30-day video myself. And at the end of it, I sent a a certificate which touched her heart. In short, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where we need to create visibility about ourselves. It could be about a club, our brand, and so on. And social media is the best way to communicate and influence others. With that, I end my speech. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Now we just move to our last speaker for today's. Before inviting my last speaker for today's, I would like to invite the evaluator for the last speaker, Distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Sundar. Would you like to describe the project objective and purpose of your speaker?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Noman. My speaker is going to deliver his high performance leadership project speech. This is going to be his first speech from the innovative planning path. Okay, so that's going to be a level 5 project 1. And the speech title is Unique Painting by 10 Distinguished Toastmasters. So the purpose of this project is for the member to apply his leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. And the purpose of this first speech is for the member to introduce his plan and vision. Unique Painting by 10 Distinguished Toastmasters is the speech title, and the speech length would be 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Noman.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Sundar. Our next speaker is an all-rounder. I believe he has more than 50 education awards in one program year, and he is the second runner-up for his humorous speech in Stark. Our next speaker, Toastmaster Ibrahim Kashikar. The virtual stage is yours.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
In every man, real man, a child is hidden who wants to play. How many amongst you believe that? All right, that's good. So here I have Toastmaster Sundar. What was the most childish thing most recently you did? Just one single glimpse. I did this. Like I took a car, boom, 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 something like that. What did you do?
The childish thing that I went on was like looking out for a lucky charm before my speech contest by taking with my pet, by talking with my pet rather.
Yes, yes, yes. How about Toastmaster Kazi? Just one single statement, anything you did, like it's very childish.
Yesterday, I danced with my younger kid.
Awesome, I love that. Okay, actually, so much of healing of our world begins in healing the inner child who rarely, if ever, in this complex corporate world gets out and plays. So here is something which I thought that let's get a little widely enthusiastic about little things, you know. When I was a child, I used to do painting. When I was raising my children, I got them engaged in doing painting, getting messy, your hands and everything. And that's what I thought. We rejuvenated ourselves. The next day I was recharged. It flushed out the entire stress. And that's the beauty. So I had this opportunity of having a project, and I thought, let's do something different. And I began to talk with people, including Distinguished Toastmaster Sundar, Distinguished Toastmaster Mahesh. I started sharing this idea and a vision that how about creating a unique painting? Trust me, that painting someone is willing to buy for thousands of riyals. That kind of painting is gonna become. And that would be created not by 1, 2, or 3, 10 DTMs. It's going to be a large canvas. And the plan is to create that using acrylic paint. And while these 10 DTMs are going to paint that, they are going to wish my daughter happy birthday. I have been away from my daughter for some time, And I just want to compensate this. Yeah, we try to come up with some creative ideas how we can just compensate. So never in my life I had been away for her birthday. This is the first year. And I had this conversation with my wife. I said, well, let me do something different. And they know to what extent I was engaged the past full year in Toastmasters. I was breathing Toastmasters, I was sleeping Toastmasters, and it was funny. I caught myself at times just murmuring one of the script of my speech. So I said, well, let's do a painting with 10 DTMs. So after this engagement with people, I got more inspired. And then I said, well, what is it gonna take? So I have laid out a plan. And there are, like any other plan, little hiccups, availability, procurement, material, and budget. I have Toastmaster Hassan, Toastmaster Amir, Toastmaster Jijo. I have even spoke with distinguished Toastmaster Sundar to come and do volunteer for the painting. And based on the availability, I have a contingency plan. Just in case if one DTM doesn't show, then we can have other DTMs. So the names, what I have shortlisted are DTM Manas, DTM Sundar, DTM Rosie Matthew, DTM Sridhar, I'm waiting for him to return, DTM Mahesh, DTM Mubin, DTM Salman, then DTM Sanjay, DTM Sunil, and DTM Afzal. These are the names, and that's the plan, what we are working towards, trying to see the fine date when it will level, when they all could be available. Venue, we have 3 places we have shortlisted. One could be the Taj venue, which I love it. I love the crowd in Taj. For some reason, these people have so much of positive vibes that I feel that the project would go seamless. The project is going to be a little messy the way it used to be when we were growing. So the procurement plan is in place. We knew from what to buy, from where, and how much the money is going to be involved. Yet there were little hiccups to identify the right material which is required for the painting. Make no mistake, this is not like just taking a brush and doing this. This is a complex project, and this is going to be a unique project, so I don't want to leave any stone unturned. Imagination and our inner child and creativity, that's the playground. And why would I, at this stage of life, play with mediocrity? So I'm trying to put everything together. My team is helping me very nicely. And down the road, it should be within the next 1 month. The coordination is on. I don't want to push people too hard, but the idea is to have this. And while the painting has been done, the wishes and all those activities, we are trying to record this and have it something like a unique project which can be displayed, which can be shared, and that would be an inspiration for all parents for the inclusiveness. I am quite sure, as much as I have heard from you guys, you all engage with your children as well. So I'm trying to keep that inner child alive in the best possible way. And I believe many of the DTMs must be as well. So this project is going to give them an opportunity as well that would allow them to care for the inner child. The result will be shared with all of you during my second speech. I look forward excitedly to execute this project and share with you the outcome and the result. Yes, in every real man, a child is hidden, real man, that wants to play. If you guys want to witness this, I will announce the date. Come and join and experience this wonderful event. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ibrahim, for suggestion and speech. With this, we will just conclude our prepared speech session. Since this is a joint meeting, we will not have any voting rights. So I just congratulate all the speakers for delivering their speech. Now, our next session in Toastmaster meeting is the table topic session. For table topic session, we have an energetic Toastmaster. He's the secretary of MECA KSA Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Sanat Agarwal. Would you like to come and just continue with that table topic session?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Mohammad Noman. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. You know, how many times we deliver prepared speeches in our life, depending upon what you do day in and day out. Maybe a few times in a year, maybe a few times in a month, maybe for some exceptional people, maybe they are doing it day in and day out. But for a large number of us, it is more of situations where you are asked to we are asked to speak impromptu. And this is the beauty of the table topics session in Toastmasters, where you are asked to give impromptu speeches without any preparation, and this helps us to deal with our real life situations. So here, without much ado, let me straight away go into the table topics session. And as my first speaker, they say ladies first. Do we have Toastmaster Jasmine Mansoor? Is she available to attempt a topic? Toastmaster Jasmine, are you available? I think she has left the meeting, so we'll move to the next Toastmaster Annadata. Toastmaster Annadata, are you available?
I'm 24 hours only available.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So the topic is shutting off the thought process is not rejuvenating. Shutting off the thought process is not rejuvenating. The mind is like a car battery. It charges. The mind is like a car battery. It charges while running. I'll put the topic on the chat for everyone. So you, just 1 second. And then I will repeat. Shutting off the thought process is not rejuvenating. The mind is like a car battery. It recharges by running. Over to you, Toastmaster Anandata.
Great, excellent topic. Shutting off the thought process is not rejuvenating. How many of you agree on this? Can you just show emotional hand rise? Very good. I don't agree on that, because this thought is a 24 hours this thing. And if you start changing your rejuvenating, when you are going to perform for one specific thought which you have, I would like to disagree with that. Battery charge can be charged irrespective of whether you run it or you put it in the charger machine. What I wanted to say about this is, thought is a continuous process. And if you are going to catch all the water flowing in the river, you will not have any vessel to do it. So be specific. What is one thought which you want to achieve? During this Toastmaster year, I heard somebody say that they have given 50 educational awards. You have a specific thing. I want to complete 1 level or 2 levels. If you don't have such thoughts, you'll be going in 360 degrees and not reaching your destination. I will share one information here. 4 people were driving in a car and came to a junction and asked a policeman there, "Sir, where does this road go?" The policeman asked them, "Where do you want to go?" They said, "We just wanted to go for a big drive." The policeman said, "You are in the right road." Because if you do not have your own focus and if you don't have your thoughts in the right place, you will be just wagging around without reaching any destination. So my dear friends, this thought process will be a continuous thing. My introduction or my suggestion to you is just avoid all of them, and then what you can do is concentrate in one this thing. For example, now you see I got a phone call. If I just start moving it, then I'll have a problem. So you have to be focused on what it is. Don't get distracted, my dear friends. Your thoughts can be used or unused depending upon your own goals. Thank you, and over to your table topics master.
Thank you, Toastmaster and Annadatta. What a wonderful comeback on the topic. Excellent. Appreciate. The second topic, we must always change, renew, rejuvenate ourselves. Otherwise, we harden. I'll put the topic on the chat and then repeat. We must always charge, renew, rejuvenate ourselves. Otherwise, we harden. And to attempt this topic, can I invite Toastmaster Mati Hashmi?
Thank you so much. We must always change, rejuvenate ourselves. Otherwise, we must harden. So this is a very nice topic. As we see in our daily life, we are so much busy in our office assignments or different routine works. So we don't have the free time and to recharge ourselves. So this busy life means the pros and cons are always there. So this busy life creates stress in our daily routine, and we are so much busy, and we do not give enough time to our family, to our children. So we are so these are the means, we can say, the cons and the side effects. But on if we go on the positive side, we are making earning for our children, and we are doing the work. So we must have the free time to recharge and rejuvenate ourselves. So there can be the many ways to recharge and refresh, like we can take our family to the outside dinner, we can enjoy our life through making any we can go at any public place, and we can watch any positive means video or motivating video or motivating film. So we must have the free time to recharge ourselves. Otherwise, our performance and creativity is much reduced, and we do not have the creative thoughts. So this is also the part of our life to have the free time and to make our life balanced. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mati Hasmi, for that interesting take on the topic. The next topic is rejuvenate one's soul first. The rejuvenation of the mind and the body will then follow. I put the topic on the chat. I'll repeat. Rejuvenate one's soul first. The rejuvenation of the mind and body will then follow. And to attempt this topic, can I invite Toastmaster DTM Prabhakar?
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanath, table topic master. Rejuvenate one's soul first, the rejuvenation of mind and body will then follow. I do agree that we need to rejuvenate all the three, body, mind, and soul. But I don't know whether the order is correct. Soul first, then mind or body. I would rather put that you have to rejuvenate your body first, then mind, and then soul. What I do is normally I go every year, I take about 10 to 15 days a break from my routine life. I go to an Ayurvedic center to regenerate my body. I also do that. I take mind to self-analyze or self-aware. I do the self-analysis or self-awareness analysis to know who I am, what we have achieved in the last 1 year, so far life so far, and what we have to do in future. What are our ambitions in life, whether we have fulfilled that or not. So all these things, I will do this analysis to not only mind, but also soul. I'll do meditation every day. That I think rejuvenates my soul also. So it's like body, mind, and soul, not like soul, mind, and body. That's what I think. Personally, I don't know whether you may disagree also. First, in fact, you can see the advice from Tony Robbins. He says, first, you have to rejuvenate your body. For that, you have to do a quick running or go for swimming, so that the blood in your body flushes and it rushes like, it re-energizes your body. So automatically, once your body is done, then your mind also will start functioning. And then ultimately, your soul also may get rejuvenated. So I would rather say that body, mind, and soul. Over to Toastmaster Kazi. Toastmaster, table topic master.
Thank you, DTM Prabhakar, for that very interesting take. The next topic. Sometimes the most important thing in a whole day is the rest we take between the two deep breaths. I'm putting the topic on the chat and I'll repeat. Sometimes the most important thing in a whole day is the rest we take between two deep breaths. And to attempt this topic, let's see if Toastmaster Jasmine is again available. Are you available, Toastmaster Jasmine? She is not responding. So, so can I invite DTM Sundar to take on this topic? DTM Dr. Sundar?
Just give me a second. I'm just spotlighting the timer. Thank you very much, Table Topics Master, for that interesting topic. Let me ask you a question. How many of you realize that we do have a rest in between two breaths? And if so, how long is it? Can anyone give me an answer for that? Well, fellow Toastmasters, sincerely, I don't know the answer. Of course, I know that we all have a short period of rest between two breaths, and I'm not very sure how long that really lasts. But coming back to the question, this is something that we all need to introspect a lot about. Are we really that busy that only that small amount of rest or that momentary rest that we take between two breaths is the only free time that we have? Or is that the only important time that we do? We have 24 hours in a day. So if we are able to plan and chart out our day's time in a very intelligent manner, there can be so many such important moments rather than this short momentary time that we have between these two breaths. This is where planning and implementation all comes into play. So everything in life, when we are able to plan and do it in such a way, we are able to deliver it to perfection. Let's just take the case of all of us Toastmasters sitting here. We all practice our speeches. And do you think that small time that you take for a pause, or that small time that you take for a breath before you deliver a speech or during your speech is the most important time? Well, I would disagree. I would rather say probably a 5-minute period of rejuvenation and recharging that I do by meditation before I speak in front of the audience, to recollect my thoughts, to reiterate what I want to tell my audience, and to make sure that I am reinforcing my ideas and opinions in the minds of my audience. So I beg to disagree here, Table Topics Master, that it's not just this moment that we all should consider it as important. There are so many other moments in our life, in a given day, in a given short span of time. If we are able to plan accordingly, we can identify those important moments, reinforce, reiterate, and make sure that you reinvigorate those particular moments to re-identify your success. And that's all about recharging and rejuvenating soul. So this small time, of course, yes. If you talk about it in a philosophical manner, maybe yes, but no, if you are talking in a more practical and realistic sense. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, DTM Sundar. It's an interesting day where everybody is agreeing with all, disagreeing with all my topics today. Great session. I just wanted to check with the Toastmaster of the day if we have time for other additional topics, or we will conclude the session. Toastmaster Noman?
I believe we just conclude the session here. And just since we are short of time.
Okay. Thank you. Then over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you, all the speakers.
Master, it's a wonderful session. No doubt, obviously, everyone disagree with you on the topic, but they have just points are valid for both the sides. So with this wonderful session, we just move to our next session, that is evaluation session. For evaluation session, we have Distinguished Toastmaster Prabhakar. Distinguished Toastmaster Prabhakar, the virtual stage is there to just continue in the last session of the Toastmasters meeting.
Yeah, just a second. Good morning once again, dear Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to the evaluation session, which is the most important session of any Toastmasters meetings. First, I would like to invite the evaluator of the first speech, delivered by Toastmaster Anand Pillai, and his evaluator was Toastmaster Nandu Kotaraj, correct? So I would like to invite Toastmaster Nandu to deliver his evaluation.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Let me congratulate my speaker, Toastmaster Anand Pillai, to complete his level 3 project. He started with a story. Two of my friends walking into the park. One man, they saw one animal, and one man said it is a donkey, and the other man said it is a horse. Then the conflict is starting. With this story, he captured all the audience attention into his speech. Then he added the third man came and he said it is a zebra, and he tried to convince to other people. In our daily life, we can see a lot of issues like this, especially when we are finance pupils. There are a lot of conflicts between different departments, and sometimes it is in our department as well. He explained his experience when he was completing his budget. He changed the budget format into the new, and how the conflict arrived from his financial controller, and how he solved through convincing through the different sessions. So this is very important in our professional life, how to solve the conflict between others. We have to be more patient. Toastmaster Anand explained how we can solve the issues in a way. So the speech was excellent. The speech craft was well organized, and he completed his level 3 speech. Now we are moving to the improvement area. I missed some area in between. I lost my internet connection, so I couldn't capture completely. Sorry for that. Even though the speech was excellent, I would like to give you 2 recommendations to you. That is, one point is voice modulation, and the other point is add conversation. You have a lot of areas to add the conversation, like when you are talking with the financial controller. So you can add you can bring 3 characters into your speech. If you have these 3 characters, automatically you will get opportunity to add your voice modulation. So if you bring all this recommendation, your speech was excellent. If you bring this 2 recommendations, add voice modulation and add conversation, your speech will go to the next level. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nandu. Dear Toastmasters, the second speech was delivered by Toastmaster Asim Fayaz. So I'll be the evaluator. Dear Toastmasters, the purpose of the speech of Toastmaster Asim was just to introduce himself. It was an introductory speech. It was a first speech. But I should say that he has exceeded our expectations. More than the introduction, he has delivered more. So round of applause to Toastmaster Asim for successfully breaking the ice. Without he knowing, it had a structure. His speech had a structure. First was about introduction, then body and conclusion. He started by narrating how self-awareness is important to achieve success in life. Then he switched out to his story, his personal story, how he was the only child of his family and how his family was overprotective of him, and that has made him feel very insecure and not sure of himself, how he had to do introspection, and how finally he was craving for external validation, and finally how he had self-realization, he was determined to come out of his comfort zone, and the need to change the old beliefs. Respect himself first, then others will respect you. So he has realized the change in strategy and accordingly implemented. So the concept of self-identity was beautifully explained by him. So I should say I appreciate that very first speech itself, he was able to deliver so many ideas. Now, coming to the improvements, it's only first speech. So it is a very good beginning for him. And I wish him all the success in his future projects. What he has to do is, I think he has to be aware of the time, I think, first. So he has to speak within the time limit. That's first one. Second is, no need to, in the first speech itself, no need to put in so many ideas. He can tell his own personal story. So he could have talked more about his family, how they have contributed to his success, about his career and other things, instead of just confining himself to a lot of ideas. So what he can do is, in his speeches, he can have 60 to 70% of his personal story and 30 to 40% of the ideas on which the personal story is developed. So in this way, he can make it his speeches very simple and straightforward. I wish him all the best for his future, once again, for his future speeches. Thank you, and over to General myself. The next speech was delivered by DTM Brahma Kumar. For the evaluation of his speech, I would like to invite DTM Murli Manohar. DTM Murli Manohar to the stage, please.
Thank you. Before I start, I want timer not to share the timing. I can see the timing. So no, I don't want you to share, please. Yeah, I can see the timing because I'm comfortable with that. Okay, our speaker, DTM Brahma Kumar, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Timing, you can start. I would like to first of all appreciate. Please don't share the timing, please. Please don't share the timing. I'm going to share the screen. Hello?
I'm sharing the speaker because you were asking for the speakers.
No. I wanted to see the speaker only. I can see, don't worry, because I'm going to share my screen. Please start the timing now. I would like to appreciate our distinguished Toastmaster Brahma Kumar for giving us a beautiful speech. And I really appreciate the way he started with a rhetorical question of asking everybody, do anyone have that social media presence? Because he wanted to connect that. I'm going to be sharing my observation about your speech in this way. This is the first thing. What I would like to tell you is you excelled in clarity of your project. A great introduction, a great motivational idea to inspire everyone during this pandemic time. Your credentials speaks volume of your achievements. Proof of them were shared with details on every social media like WhatsApp, Facebook, 90-day public speaking video challenge. I also like the way you could share the outcome. Your innovative way with coming out with Toastmaster Club roles needs very special appreciation. I'm happy, DTM Brahma Kumar, you could motivate and inspire people of all ages during this pandemic time. Now, what are the areas which you may want to work on? You could have shared the screenshots of your social media, which could have given us more authenticity of your media. Some of the videos, like even 15 to 20 seconds, would have given our audience an experience in this forum. You could have shared your contact details or your web page for people to subscribe and learn from the teachings, what you have done with a lot of your efforts. The challenges I want you to challenge yourself is having shared your achievements in various social media. You could have taken one specific case, because yours, like my message, yours had a lot of messages to read. So if you have taken one message and shared one example which with a person who has been benefited out of your postings, as I told you, even 15, 20 seconds, I think that would have had a beautiful interaction and more certification. Overall, I really appreciate a young person of your age. By the way, for those people who do not know DTM Brahma Kumar, he has got 3 DTMs. And I was inspired personally. I wanted to share that. That's why I wanted him to be there. I have been inspired by him when I had only 2 DTMs. By God's grace, today I am in the virtue of completing my 5th DTM in the last 2 years. Thanks to COVID and thanks to people like Brahma Kumar, who made a beautiful changes in a lot of people's life. Your credentials since 2021 till today, almost 1 year time, you could make so many impact with WhatsApp with 117. Amazing. On Facebook, and by the way, I'm one of the subscriber and I get his valuable inputs. Facebook with 291 followers, 283 likers, with the daily yoga messages and 90-day public speaking video. Amazing. I want all of you, please subscribe to his social media and come to know what are the benefits of knowing about them. That for those people who are new to Toastmasters, please subscribe to his role play so that in every meeting of yours, you can see how you can perform. Timer, I have not crossed even 2 minutes. Okay, very good. So overall, I love the way your outcomes were very good. It has had an impact with everyone of various age group, agile, bold, and made you more confidence. And I personally, I have been very much beneficial about your media. Social media is the best way to get connected and inspired. And I would tell you, DTM Brahma Kumar, don't stop this journey on your 1st anniversary. I want it to be there. As long as Toastmaster is there, as long as people are going to face various ups and downs in life, people like a distinguished Toastmaster Brahma Kumar are really kindling our life and making us reach our destination. Our motivation is like having a bath, everyday bath, and I want people like distinguished Toastmaster Brahma Kumar to utilize the social media in challenging times to come up with such novel ideas. Thank you, and over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Prabhakar, our G. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Annadatta Murali, for a wonderful evaluation. Now we move on to the final evaluation of the speech delivered by Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali by DTM Dr. Sundar Ramalingam. Dr. Sundar Ramalingam, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Prabhakar, for this opportunity. Fellow Toastmasters, good morning once again. So, how many of you have realized the inner child in yourself? We all have to be childish at times, okay? And how often do we realize that we have an inner child and we have to discover, or rather rediscover, that inner child in ourselves? Thank you, or rather thanks to my speaker, Toastmaster Ibrahim, who very eloquently described that we all at times need to think about the inner child in ourselves, rediscover, and also rekindle those childish memories so that we are kept motivated all through. Toastmaster Ibrahim started off his speech with a great question answer session. He was trying to point out with few members trying to know what their recent childish act was. Of course, he asked me, he asked Toastmaster Kazi, and I believe most of the members here would have at least one or two such incidents that happened in the recent past where they were rekindled of their childish acts or memories about it. And then he moved on to explain about his project. Actually, his speech was about the high performance leadership project. And this was the plan and vision stage, which he was describing in his speech today. So when we talk about high performance leadership, we always think about something great, being an event chair for a conference, doing some kind of a voluntary activity, or doing a great event. But Toastmaster Ibrahim reiterated to all of us today that it can be as simple as doing something for someone whom you love. That was the crux of his project, wherein he wanted to engage 10 distinguished Toastmasters, not just 1, 2, but 10 distinguished Toastmasters who would do their painting and at the same time wish his daughter. So there are two hits in this one stone that he is trying to throw. Rather, this is what is my understanding of his vision and plan. One is to rekindle the childish acts or rekindle the inner child in those distinguished Toastmasters, and at the same time hitting the target of wishing his daughter, whom he has been missing for a very long time. So it was very well portrayed all through his speech. And also, he did not just go on with the emotional aspect, he also went on to the specifics of the project, wherein he was talking about the availability, the procurement, the material and budget, and he was so well planned for whatever that he's visualizing and planning, and I believe that he would be implementing it with great alarm. Toastmaster Ibrahim, so having said that, this is indeed a great project. We wish you all the very success for you to materialize on this project and make it a success. And we also hope to be a part of it so that we are also stimulated of our inner child in ourselves. So, but if there are certain improvements that I would like to suggest to you, the first thing is like the way you transition from the beginning till the end, it could have been in the form of a story. Like, for example, what was the spark that inspired you to go for it? We know that you are missing your daughter, but probably a short incident that made you think that such an act could actually help or inspire your daughter or inspire all the Toastmasters. This would have been a great learning experience for several of us. In fact, it has inspired us a lot that HPLs need not be those boring stuff anymore. It could also be as interesting as this that we do for our near and dear ones. But with that subtle improvisation, where you share an experience or a story where you were inspired to do so, would have added greater value. On the whole, a great speech with just subtle improvement. I wish you all the very best for implementing this project and getting ahead with its success. Over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Sundar Ramalingam. Now, I think the evaluation speeches are over. Now we move on to the reports from other role players, meeting leaders. I invite
Sorry, point of order.
Yeah.
We have one table topic evaluation for table topics.
Yeah, evaluation of table topics to be done by Toastmaster
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim. Okay. I would like to invite Ibrahim, Toastmaster Ibrahim, for table topic evaluation. Thank you.
Timer, can you please pin? How much time do I have? We had 4 speakers. Is it 3.5 minutes or?
I think it will be the same time, Toastmaster Ibrahim.
Can you tell me how much time do I have? Timer?
It will be
What
2
are you
minutes green.
2 to 3 minutes?
Yes, 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
3.5 deadline, right?
Yes.
Perfect. What a beautiful table topic session we had today. Toastmaster Sanat, awesome topics, beautiful topics, and they're very close to my heart. But can you please do me a favor? Next time, short on those topics. Yeah, they are phrases, beautiful phrases. I myself was struggling to recall those. So, and again, I can envision you becoming one of those people who would be contributing to the contest. And I try to position myself as much as I've experienced this year. Long phrases are not well received. So here I had to literally jot it down. I couldn't even remember. So the first topic was given to Annadata V. Murli Manohar, which is, it was setting or shutting. We got confused, but it's shutting off. Shutting off the thought process is not rejuvenating. The mind is like a car battery. It charges by running. No two ways about it. I love the fact that Toastmaster Annadata stood up and then he presented his speech. He was on the spot. He emphasized on the focus. He highlighted to what extent we need to declutter our life and then keep going. And don't get distracted. That was the message from him. Our second speaker was Mati Hashmi, and he got the topic, we must always charge, renew, rejuvenate ourselves, otherwise we harden. And he emphasized on the fact that we are workhorses at home and we need a break as well. If not, then we break. I wish Mati, and I think for that reason, the following 2 Toastmasters as well, I wish you guys can stand up and give. And since majority of the Toastmasters chose not to stand, I am evaluating you sitting down here. So please excuse me. That's my 2 cents of humor. We work for a family, definitely yes. Our third speaker was Distinguished Toastmaster Prabhakar, and his topic was rejuvenate one's soul first. The rejuvenation of mind and soul will then follow. And he straight away disagreed with it, with the sequence, body, mind, heart, and spirit. He followed that. And to an extent, I believe that as well. Not the soul first, body comes first. Soul, still scientifically, it's not. But scientifically, what things are proven, if you go on debating about it, it's a science that essentially we try to support our arguments with. Soul, it's more of a spiritual thing. It exists, it's eternal. But from a science standpoint, your body helps rejuvenate your soul. Why? Because the blood runs nicely put together. I love the reasons and the Tony Robbins quote what you gave. The blood needs to run within, which I find these days a little difficult. And the fourth one, DTM Sundar, straight away disagreed. I loved the way he articulated the entire topic. I always borrow some wisdom from his speeches. So the topic was, sometimes the most important thing in the whole day is the rest we take between 2 deep breaths. The way I look at it is a stimulus and response. But you don't need to have a stimulus. There are times when there are 2 breaths. Is there a gap? Sometimes no. You don't rush down there. So with that, I think all my speakers did justice to the topics provided to them. An awesome table topic session. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Ibrahim, for a wonderful evaluation of the table topic speeches. Now we move on to the word master or our counter.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
First, I will talk about the accounting for Mr. Prepared speeches. So first, I will come to what prepared speeches. Mr. Anand Pillai, he spoke 5 times during his speech. Mr. Asim Fiaz, he spoke 20 times. Now I come to table topic session. Mati Hashmi, because I was delivering the speech, so I am not sure, but maybe 1 to 2 times I spoke, and Dr. Sundar 1 time. Next, I come to the word master, and the today word of the day was recharge, and the theme was rejuvenate. So Mr. Ibrahim Kajikar, he used these words in his speech. And in table topic speech, Mr. Anandatavi Moral, Mati Hashmi, Mr. Prabhakar, and Dr. Sundar use these words in their speeches. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, and over to you.
Thank you. So there'll be any report on the word master? I don't know what is a practice here.
Yeah, I also included the word master. I also added the words those were spoken during the meeting. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So now I request the timer to give his report, timer's report on the evaluation speeches.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Day. TM Anand Pillai took 7 minutes 23 seconds qualified. DTM Brahmi Kumar 7 minutes 29 seconds. TM Asim Fayaz 8 minutes 12 seconds. TM Ibrahim Karjikar 7 minutes 17 seconds. For table topic session, DTM Anand Data V Murali took 2 minutes 5 seconds. TM Mati Hashmi 2 minutes. DTM Prabhakar 1 minute 57 seconds. DTM Sundar 2 minutes 27 seconds. For evaluation session, TM Nandu took 3 minutes 17 seconds. DTM Anandanta Murali took 4 minutes 52 seconds. TM Prabhakar 3 minutes. DTM Sundar 3 minutes 32 seconds. And for tabletop evaluation, Mr. Ibrahim took 3 minutes 30 seconds. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster.
Yeah. Thank you, timer. Now we have to go for voting. How we go for voting? Toastmaster Mohammed.
No, actually, this is a joint meeting session, so we just decided we will not go for the voting.
Okay, then. Right. Thank you. So thank you, dear Toastmasters. It's time for my report on as a general evaluator. The meeting started about 10 minutes late, so that's understandable because a giant meeting and we were waiting for some speakers to and role players to join. Then we had a wonderful introductory speeches, and then wonderful speech delivered by Dr. Sundar Ramlingam on leadership. And he has given a lot of tips to be a good leader and on the qualities of a leader. Then we had beautiful speeches, 4 speeches of top quality, including an introductory speech as well, icebreaker speech as well. Then we had table topics, and the topics given were very simple as well as challenging. So that was a good point. And we had wonderful evaluations as well. So overall, the meeting was of good quality, and I cherished it. I would like to say that I enjoyed the meetings very much. So thanks for conducting this joint meeting, and I would like to look forward to more of such joint meetings. I'm sure we all recharged our batteries today. So we look forward to recharge again and again. And thank you. Thanks to all. And over to Toastmaster Mohammed.
For your wonderful evaluation session. Presiding officer, can we extend the meeting for 10 minutes as well as exceeding of the time? So can anyone second?
I second that.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ibrahim. Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Khalid Noor, the president for MECA Asia Pacific. Are you with us? Yeah. Yes, sir. The virtual platform is yours.
And thank you for inviting me. I think Sridhar, great initiative from the team, and what a wonderful job done by Prabhakar in leading the Toastmasters today, Toastmasters meeting today. I think this is very important. So the MECA APAC was struggling with participation and energy. I think this kind of initiative, where we have a bigger gathering and much more international gathering, this would energize. And I think what Sridhar has done such an excellent job in Saudi Arabia, that we all can learn, the other clubs who are struggling can learn, and especially the APAC was really struggling because the membership actually quite dropped. So I'm really looking forward to more meetings like this. Today was my working day. I could not join from the very beginning, and Sridhar called me that you have to join this exciting meeting today. And Numan, you did a fantastic job of putting it all together. And we look forward to your leadership, Sridhar, and all the team members that are here. I think there is a great potential for us to help the finance people to become true leaders. I think we are comfortable in our profession, but when it comes to leadership at the board level and to become the chief executive, you need these very important skills of speaking up, of contributing in the meetings, as well as leadership and vision. And I think this is a great platform whereby we can actually help each other. I think the thing is that people are scared to speak up. And this is a very safe environment where we can actually help each other out, get rid of the hesitation that we all face in making a public statement. The other thing I love about table topics is that it really makes you, that you have to be really smart to make comments. And this is what is required in our board meetings, that we are able to contribute. Often we know the topic, but we are sometimes hesitant, and this is a great platform where we can learn. The other thing that I wanted the Toastmasters platform is to focus on delivering the education path, which I believe the Saudi Arabian team, Sridhar's team, has done a fantastic job in actually ensuring that each member is actually progressing in the education pathway. This will make the participation much more better. So I would like to thank you for today's meeting. I think the leadership given by our guru Salim Sufi and then Hari in actually making it happen. And Hari has got some very beautiful ideas going forward about this, that we must focus on finance topics and we must differentiate ourselves from other Toastmasters Club, and we are focused on finance community, and therefore we must bring in such topics which will actually help us in our leadership role as finance. So whether it is finance strategy or a business strategy or about change management or about the crisis, economic crisis that we all are facing across the globe, the inflation and fall in demand. So these kind of topics can be brought in. I mean, these are financial topics, but I really enjoy non-financial topics as well. So in a way, you learn about the softer things in life. I mean, the topic today about rejuvenating yourself, I think is very, very important for finance people, because they are like workaholic. They work 10 hours, 12 hours every day. neglecting their own selves and sometimes their families too. And this is and that's what Salim has been teaching us: work-life balance, work-life integration. We have to learn new ways of working. I mean, COVID actually helped us in a way to integrate our work with the family. So, and that's where these kind of Zoom meetings has helped us in connecting people from all over the globe. So I'm very thankful to for Sridhar to giving me the opportunity, and I think it's a great opportunity for all of us to leverage this platform and actually learn from each other. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Khalid Noor, President, MECA, APAC, Asia Pacific, Toastmaster Club. So with this, we will, at the end of our meeting, we would like to invite anyone from you if you want to share something about the meeting or about upcoming events.
I think Sridhar has to conclude the meeting today.
Yeah, that obviously, as a presiding officer, if apart from DTM Sridhar, anyone had a few words, is open to ask. Yes, Mr. Toastmaster Murlay.
I am really happy to see, as DTM Prabhakar said, very happy to see a good number of attendees today. I wish that we have similar meetings in our other club meetings also. So I would request to take a page out of this meeting and make sure we plan and have a good meeting with at least 15 members so that we get inspired and we get rejuvenated. Thank you.
Master Murli. Now I just hand over the meeting to our presiding officer, distinguished Toastmaster S.R. Sridhar.
Your mic is muted, Sridhar. Your mic.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Thank you, Mohammad Noman, for doing such a great work behind the scenes to organize this meeting. I'm in India, although I was also very busy with so many other engagements. But then since we had organized, we didn't want this to let go of this opportunity. I am also thankful to distinguished Toastmaster Prabhakar and Khalid Noor for at least gracing the occasion, and Mr. Prabhakar for taking so much of interest in this meeting. So I'm elated that we could organize such meetings, and I would suggest we can have more meetings of this sort so that we can meet together, build synergy, and inspire each other. Because sometimes the attendance is poor, but for that reason, many of the clubs, they stop the meetings. That should not happen. We should, in that scenario, we need to have joint meetings so that this continues. In cricket, they say that at least the scoreboard should keep moving, whether it is in 4 or 6, at least it should run. If we don't, as the world champion Darren LaCroix says that more stage time. We need to practice more. Then only we can really come out, become a great speaker. So, take the example of our mentor, Dr. Sundar. Dr. Sundar is just 4-year-old in Toastmasters, fifth year. The way he practiced every time, improvised himself, got feedback. And where is he? He has won, I would say, I've been in Toastmasters for almost 25 years. So almost 25 years. The first time somebody has won 3 contests in a district convention. And then all the 4 contests, this never happened. Why? Because of his dedicated efforts, and he's such a selfless thing. We need to emulate those things. So we all have that opportunity. Anybody can become great speakers. What we require is that persistence, that sincerity. The problem is we have lots of problems. Everybody has got lots of problems, so many things, but then we need to have one priority in life. As a finance leader, if you cannot speak what you want to speak, we will fail. In board meetings or any top level meetings, we need to articulate ourselves so well. Unless we articulate ourselves well, we don't articulate, then we can be misunderstood. So to enhance and fine tune our speaking, let us go on, let us come to this platform every time periodically and practice our speaking skills. And we have all friendly people giving us good advice, good evaluation. So let us have more meetings and invite people to join the club and make a difference. Thank you so much, and I hand the lectern back to our Toastmaster of the day, Mohammed Noman.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster S. Sridhar. Yes, Toastmaster Sanam, if you want to add few words. Toastmaster Sanat, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, Toastmaster Sanat is also always there to support us, either it is a table topic master or Toastmaster of the day or any other role. Yes, Toastmaster Sanat.
Yeah, it is obviously it is a pleasure, and in fact, true to the theme and the word of the day, this meeting is actually like a rejuvenation, and I'm feeling recharged today because after a lot of almost 2.5 months, we are seeing this kind of presence in the club, even if it is a joint club meeting. But it feels nice when you have at least 10-15 members. You can have different sessions properly arranged. You have speakers, you have proper speakers, you have proper table topics session, and you have proper evaluation. So actually, yes, indeed, it's sort of a rejuvenation for the club, and I think it is a good idea to have such a joint meeting once in 2 months, 3 months, if not more frequently. So I second the thoughts of the earlier speakers and Toastmaster of the day and President that yes, we should have such joint meetings. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you. Toastmaster Noman, I think you're on mute. We cannot hear you.
Toastmaster Mati, you raise and you would like to add few words. Is it inaudible or no?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Yes, Toastmaster Mati. Mati, you are unmute. Can you unmute yourself?
Sorry, am I audible now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Although we could not arrange the voting for the today's session, this is not the main main issue. What I want to talk about this, that is it possible that whoever has participated in this session today, all the participants receive a certificate of participation at least. So this is also a source of motivation to continue in the upcoming sessions, and whether you are the winner or you are the loser, but at least you have the participated. This is the main point of what I want to focus. So this is just an idea, if you agree on this or not. Okay, thanks so much.
Good idea. Very good idea. And I was wondering if we can also invite Salim Sufi and Harry in our meeting so that they can actually witness this collaboration. So let's do that.
Yeah, we'll do that. We will do that, but we'll have to change the timings to evening.
Yes.
Right. Midnight for them. Okay.
Batra wants to speak.
I would like to convey my special thanks to DTM Anandata Murali, who is, as he said, is a DTM 5 times. He has achieved DTM 5 times, and he has been a mentor of our club. So I would like to thank him for joining today's meeting, as well as DTM Brahmakumar, who has joined from Singapore and delivered a wonderful speech. So I would like to thank both of them for we have special thanks to them. Thank you. And we're also having actually thought leadership by Toastmaster Hariharan. That's a wonderful initiative. Last time we had a wonderful topic on organizational change and leadership. And next month we are going to have another topic, an instructor's topic on leadership. So let us all join for that. Okay, thank you.
I would also like to take credit of making Toastmaster Prabhakar to distinguished Toastmaster Prabhakar. This is the best platform where whatever you have learned, you can share it with others and sharpen your own skill as a leader, mentor, coach, and everything.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, since it's a joint meeting, so that's why we are not going for the voting, but as a certificates, we will just discuss and just provide the certificate of participation to all the participants in the coming week.
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Toastmaster Ibrahim. He's the man who has more than 50 education awards and is second runner-up for table topic attack. We would love to hear a few words from you. Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali Kachikar.
It's like riding a bicycle in a simplest form. Keep riding, you don't fall, and keep going. You reduce the speed, you fall down. That's what my experience had been with this past 12 months. I started with registering into one pathway, and it was like riding the bike slowly, and I couldn't even complete one project in 3 months. I registered into 11, and guess what? I completed 45. What that does is it brings your focus down there, and it becomes like your second routine. And it goes many things in our life. We have our schedules. Once you mark your calendar, the focus comes in there. You can find zillions of things in the world. If you begin to watch based on the genre that you like on YouTube, for the rest of your life, you will find all of those interesting videos. The video is not going to end, your life may end. That's the ground reality today. Now, when you watch that, do you do something? Nothing. What I like about this Toastmaster is you do something, you contribute, you become better. And it's my firm affirmation that if we have this sincere intentions of making the world and leaving the world a better place, that kind of a legacy, then the more leaders we have, the lesser victims you would have, and the world would become better. Leaders take responsibility. Leaders are proactive. Leaders have a comprehensive way of looking at the world the way it is. They can rationalize things and they don't react. They are proactive. They have chosen responses for any given situation in the best form rather than what we get to see. So a choice had to be made. So I was out from social media. With all due respect, I'm sorry, Brahma Kumar. One of the project requires you to jot down your thinking and your day, which it asks you to do for a couple of weeks. I did that. And then to what extent your mind gets cluttered based on to what kind of environment you're exposed on. And if you have to be proactive, well, I have a choice, right? There's no better community than Toastmasters, to be quite honest. That's exactly what most of the humans strive for. And that encouraged me. So, and I have been saying this in the most humblest form, but each one of you can do that. It's not that difficult. Once you start to ride the bike, you can just cruise on it. Over to you, Toastmaster Noman. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you everyone for your participation. It's a wonderful session. So I hope we'll just continue this once a month or maximum twice a month. And in the coming session, we will just you can just say include members from our US chapter, including Sim Sophie and Hari also. Thank you. We'll just conclude this meeting with this session. If you want to add anything from Sridhar or Prabhakar or Khalid Noor, we'll just conclude the meeting. We are already out of time by 25 minutes.
No, I'm very impressed with Ibrahim delivery on the screen. I think it's so professional. It's like a TV star or something. So I think we can all get ourselves inspired with Ibrahim and Murali Sahab, that they are able to deliver the message very clearly. And I really like the grooming of Ibrahim Sahab, also very smart, very presentable. And you have a great career in media, print, in the electronic media, that you are able to speak so nicely. So we can all learn from you. And please come in all our meetings so that we can take tips from you.
Sure. Pleasure. Thank you.
Meetings.
I think we can adjourn. I think.
Yeah. End the meeting. Yeah. Thank you. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Thank you. Bye bye.